Welcome to the Know. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
We're doing our nosy voices today because we're talking about E3, kids. It's less than a month away and things are starting to ramp up as we head toward gaming's biggest event of the year.
Are we really doing that? All right, let's do it. Sony finally announced the time and date of their annual press conference, meaning that we now have a better picture of how this week's going to shake out. That's not the right line, but I said it anyway, along with a couple of surprises.
You actually do better in that voice. With gamers everywhere wondering if E3 is dying, thanks to a number of notable E3 no-shows like Nintendo, which is kind of arguable because they're like gonna be there, but they're only bringing one game. Activision, who's like sorta not gonna be there. EA, again, they have like their EA Day of Play, but I'm sure some of their properties are gonna be there. Disney, they don't even make games anymore. And about 10 other clickbait titles that say, is E3 dead? There's actually some evidence to support that this might be one of the biggest E3s in recent memory. Suck it, articles.
Yeah, we thought we'd break down all the information we know about E3 at this point, along with a little bit of speculation, because that's kind of what we do here.
That's what we do. As far as press conferences go, this year is looking absolutely huge, with 8 separate events already lined up.
In addition to the normal press conferences we get each year from EA, albeit through their EA Play event just prior to E3, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and the PC Gaming Show, we are now also getting a new challenger in the form of Kadokawa Games.
That name might not be too familiar to many of you, but the TLDR version is that they're the parent company of From Software, the developers behind a tiny title you may have heard of called Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. But before we jump down the rabbit hole of what that might mean, let's jump back to the beginning of the week. Get ready. Lots of times and dates coming at you.
Oh,
like
yeah.
history
Get your
class.
calendars out right now.
1066, the Battle of Hastings.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's good for you. When did World War I start?
Is in 1914.
Good job. You passed. E3 officially kicks off June 14th and runs through the 16th, but of course the gaming festivities start a little bit before that with EA Play, which is EA's own focused mini E3, like we'll show you we're so important, which happens June 13th through the 14th.
EA's got the first press conference of the week at 1 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday, June 12th. As far as we know ahead of the event, they've confirmed that they'll be showing off some Titanfall 2 at EA Play, which probably means actual gameplay at the conference.
BioWare and DICE have confirmed that we'll be seeing more of Mass Effect Andromeda, the longest dick tease in history, and Battlefield 1, that was where your 1914 came in, at the EA press event as well.
At an earnings call last week, EA also indicated that we will be seeing a new IP from them very soon, so EA Play seems the most logical place to debut it. This could be their new Assassin's Creed type franchise, or the new visceral Star Wars property that we've heard so much about, but you know, who knows? Why not both?
Why not Zoidberg? Next up for the press events is Bethesda, who will be giving their second annual E3 showcase on the evening of June 12th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. They blew it out of the water last year. I'm sure they'll do it again.
Bethesda. Not much at all is confirmed for that event, although it's almost certain we'll get to see some glimpses of Dishonored 2 and plus some Fallout 4 and Doom DLC.
Yeah, together! Just kidding. Their other massive property is, of course, the Elder Scrolls franchise. We would be surprised to hear nothing at all about the series, but we don't expect a full-on surprise, boom, it's coming out this year type of announcement like we got with Fallout 4 last year.
If we can dream, though.
Oh, give me like an Elder Scrolls app that I'll be obsessed with. That would be cool.
As a teaser, right?
Yeah.
That same night after Bethesda is when the Kadokawa Games presentation happens, 9:30 Pacific, June 12th.
Too late for all us people who don't live on the West Coast. That is 11:30 my time. I'm going home. Kadokawa's E3 presentation is certainly a bit of a head-scratcher here. So far, they've confirmed they'll be showing Demon's Gaze 2. Everybody's been waiting for that. God Wars Beyond Time, Root Letter, quote, and so on.
Well, what's that hype train running on, guys? Because it is potent.
Yes. Of course, the and so on part is what has got everybody really excited here. We know that Dark Souls creator Miyazaki is working on a totally new IP for From Software, who are, again, part of Kadokawa.
Every year since 2014, From Software has managed a major release of the Dark Souls and Bloodborne family of games, so it might be possible that we'd see this new IP released this year as well.
Or a debut at the very least here. But otherwise, there's not much of a reason to tune into that one, so sleep in, kids.
Moving on to Monday, Microsoft starts things off in the morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. We don't have that many confirmed appearances for Microsoft, but they've indicated that they'll be talking about Xbox One and beyond.
Yes. Toy Story confirmed. Lots of speculation has been surrounding the company's E3 plans, with many wondering if they're going to unveil the rumored Xbox 1.5 or even their next generation box.
We're also certainly going to see some Gears of War 4 gameplay and hopefully a few surprises. If there's anything Microsoft needs right now, it's some exciting exclusives.
Yeah, we talked earlier today about their first party problems, so it'd be good to see them clean it up. Right after Microsoft on Monday comes the PC Gaming Show at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, put on by who else? PC Gamer.
Last year, the PC Gaming Show got a very mixed reception, but hopefully things kind of pick up this year. So far, the developers of Ark, Survival Evolved, Mountain Blade, and Star Citizen are all scheduled to make appearances.
We can also expect some VR demos of all sorts from Rift and Vive, but then again, you never know with VR. It doesn't exactly demo well on stage, except for HoloLens with Minecraft, because that stage demo was the tits.
That's all right.
It was cool, lightning.
Immediately following the PC Gaming Show is the Ubisoft at 1 p.m. Pacific on Monday, June 13th. The company confirmed in an earnings call that they'll be revealing a new IP just ahead of the show, so maybe we'll get some more information about it at the actual event.
Stop spreading out my Christmas. I want my compact gamer Christmas.
That's cool. You know, the working version of it won't arrive till...
Right.
Anyway.
I wonder if Aisha Tyler will be there again this year. I love
Hey.
her and her long legs. It's also likely we'll see For Honor, Watch Dogs 2, by the way, she's a valuable human being who's more than a set of legs, Ghost Recon, and more from the Division's upcoming content plans, and possibly even the next Assassin's Creed game, which is rumored to come out early next year.
Also making an appearance, lots of awkwardness, because that's how Ubisoft rolls.
Aisha Tyler is not the awkwardness, damn it. Love her. You go
is-
fuck yourself, Eddie. And I'm not reading what you wrote.
It's nice legs, though.
Yes, that super eventful E3 Monday closes out with Sony at 6 p.m. Pacific time that evening. Sony certainly has a lot of expectations to meet after last year's press conference. The company came out guns blazing with a ton of announcements. Both PSVR and PS4K on the docket. It's possible they could have another hit on their hands.
However, new rumors indicate they might not even bring PS4K to E3 at all, instead unveiling it at Paris Games Week in October, which would be just a little late in the year. Either way, they're going to have a high bar to clear to beat out 2015's nostalgia-heavy press event.
Yes. And while many are making a fuss about Activision not having a booth at E3, we do know they'll have Infinite Warfare at Sony's booth. More than likely, we'll get a look at that game during Sony's presser.
Last, and probably least, of the E3 press conference events, Nintendo.
Yes, that's not really a knock on Nintendo. They've just confirmed the only thing they're doing at E3 is a Treehouse stream, which I'm sure everybody watched last year, devoted to Zelda, as opposed to the typical E3 Direct. You guys stepped it down from press conference to Direct, and you're stepping it down again.
To like in the back in a tree.
Yeah, they're like, eh. But I have to say, as somebody who actually goes to E3, I think most people who don't know this, they have one of the most impressive booths every year. So I'll be very sad if it's not impressive again this
Go
year.
for the booth, stay for the treehouse?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, the treehouse event is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Tuesday, June 14th, giving you, hopefully, tons of new information about the upcoming open-world Legend of Zelda game, which has been delayed until March 2017.
Gotta make time for that NX. So that does it for our E3 information blasts, even though some old faithfuls might be sitting this one out to varying degrees of sit-outitude. So far, it does seem like the week's gonna be jam-packed with all kinds of news for gamers, which you can always get here.
So tell us which of these events you're most excited for down in the comments.
For more E3 news and updates like this video, subscribe to The Know.
That same night after Bethesda is when the Kadokawa. Is that
Kadokawa.
Is that correct? Kadokawa? Okay.
Ah, that comma there threw you, baby. Let's try that again.
I mean-
Fallout 4, don't use the comma, and possibly Doom DLC. Because you just said Fallout 4 like it was its own game.
Well, why is it there then?
I agree. The comma has thrown you.
Well, no, I mean, why are we talking about it if it's not a thing?
Fallout 4 DLC.
Right, he's saying Fallout 4 DLC and Doom DLC,
Oh,
but you said
gotcha.
Fallout 4 as if it were like a new
Gotcha.
game. And that's why I'm saying the comma fucked you there.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I sing Poor Unfortunate Souls in my car, and I fucking rock that shit. You better watch your ass if I ever karaoke that.